Same seats, same mates. Every other week, scarf up, heads high. Hear the cockle speak. White and blue in my blood, in my name. Born and bred for the lane, for the lane. We are Tottenham, super Tottenham from the lane. Sing it louder, feel it running through your veins. THFC till we die, that's the way. We are Tottenham, super Tottenham from the lane. Oh yeah! Old boys, young kids, all in one song. Heartbreak, hailstorms, still we march on. Under lights, under rain, it's the same. All in, all out, for the badge, for the name. We are Tottenham, super Tottenham from the lane. Sing it louder, feel it running through your veins. THFC till we die, that's the way. We are Tottenham, super Tottenham from the lane.
Yes, guys, welcome to a late show. Yes, I don't normally do them this late, but under the circumstances and under all the rumours and all the breaking news that is banding around, wow, what a day to be a Spurs fan. And tonight is no exception. You talk about, I think, what was it? Is it going into March? Goes in like a lion that goes out like a lamb. Well, we went in like a lion and we're coming out of this transfer window like a lion too. We're ready to do it. As you see there, breaking Tottenham news, Tottenham Hotspur are working on a double deal to sign Marmarsh and Savinho from Man City, round about 150 million euro or 150 million quid if you're in the UK. And for me, I think it's a great deal and I'm really excited by it. And anyone that's not excited by it needs to give their head a bit of a shake and a look at themselves in the mirror. As you can see, I've done things a little bit differently tonight. Down below, as you can see, all the latest news from today's, all from various different places or different where you get your news going across the bottom. Because Troy Parrott's move has now happened. It is an A. Here we go. So he has moved to Real Betis, which actually is very good for Tottenham because we get a sum out of that money. But the rush is on, isn't it, for Marmarsh and Savinho? 12 o'clock tomorrow. If Tottenham can get everything done, dusted, medicals and everything in by 12 midday tomorrow, they can play Saturday night at Brentford. If they do miss that 12 o'clock deadline, then it is then to Newcastle the following week. Well, let's welcome a few people in. Big up to Paul, who was first in. Big up Paul. Big up Dermot. How long till we get signed Savinho and Marmarsh? Do you know what? I reckon it could break during this show. We could get the here we go from Fabrizio Romano, and I will be a happy Spurs fan. Just let me check. Fabrizio, has he put anything up in the last hour, 57 minutes? No, it's only about Curtis Jones replied to Milan on Thursday for a medical test after the deal agreed with Liverpool at lunchtime. I know Jess is a little bit upset. Do you know what? Him going, but I do know what, I have to agree with Jess. I don't think Gakpo's coming. I think Gakpo's probably going to stay at Liverpool, but if you get Marmarsh and Savinho, plus the striker, I know we linked with Nicholas Jackson. Do you know, maybe Deserbi can get a tune out of him. Who knows? Big up the Wayne. Good evening, Dermot. All in the chat. Hope you're all well. Yes, I am fine. Big up to Jess over JSY Talks Football. Yes, big up to you. Hope you're doing well. Had the pleasure of a lovely evening watching Celtic winning 3-0 and joining the girls and Josh over there on that great channel. And don't forget, guys, 5 o'clock tomorrow. Yes, it is the podcast, the Fans Perspective podcast, where we give our Premier League predictions, where we think who's going to win the league, who's getting relegated, who's going to win the League Cup, the FA Cup, and the European trophies as well. So more about that. Big up to big up to Carl. He says big up to big up to Wayne. Big up Wayne. Doing double business with Man City. Who's been pissing us? Who's been pissing us about with Savinho since last summer? Don't seem it's happening personally. It is. Well, I tell you why I believe it's happening, Wayne. I tell you why it's going to happen. It's because Ornstein was the one that put it out, and David Ornstein only puts out news that is going to happen. He doesn't. He's not like Fabrizio. He's not like the rest of them or Alex Crook on Talksport that just say things just for likes and clicks, and Ben Jacobs as well. Ornstein, for me, the one, he doesn't speak unless he has something to say. So for me, that is why I think it will happen. Late night streams are dodgy to do, believe me. Big up Wayne. Big up the Flash Hero as well as his big up Dermo. Two great plays. I'm over the moon with it. I'm over the moon with it. And Carl says, Wayne, it's happening. My mush is all. Yeah, well, I've seen on X actually that he's done. It was a here we go. Now, I don't know who said that. Let me find who actually said, here we go. So let me just quickly go through. And let me see. Let's see now. So let me. Well, Fabrizio Romano said on how many more players Tottenham Hotspur want to sign for deadline. I think for sure I expect 3 signings. I expect 2 wingers and another attacker. So we get the 2 wingers, aren't we, guys? We're getting 2 wingers in, and I'm delighted with it. Over the moon. And look, it's about getting them in between now and midday tomorrow. Now, will Spurs, look, if we can get Marmash done first, will Spurs say, right, we'll get that one over the line and then we'll get Savinho done the next day? Or will they try to rush them both through? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting indeed. Big up to Marco as well. Evening, peoples. Evening, Marco. Hope you're doing well, bud. Ostina Bomber. It's happening. Big up, Dermo. Coys. Yes, big up to you, Marco. Yes, we've been Dunbarred, haven't we? Is it not? Yeah, it is midday Friday. So, between now and midday Friday, Spurs have to get these players medical done, paperwork done, everything done. Everything is done and dusted. I can see maybe one getting through okay, but not 2. But it is what it is. Look, these are great players, and they're Spurs fans, and I swear to God, that don't want these players at the football club. They're sitting there, and we act like we're snobs. Do you know that they're not good enough for our club? Nicholas Jackson, look at him, he's shy. Yet we all know he's bad at Chelsea, but it doesn't mean he's going to be bad for us if we did buy him. I think half the fan base is very sobbyish. I really do. And I think for where we came for the last 2 seasons, 17th place twice, we should be lucky they're coming to us. Because why should they come to us? Why should they come to our football club? Because we're Tottenham Hotspur and we're the greatest team in the world and we're a massive club and we've got Roberto De Zerbi. He's a he's a reason too. But to be fair, if you're looking at it right, Tonali, Fernandes, Marmash, Savinho, you'd be thinking, aren't we lucky? But to some Spurs fans, these players are not good enough. And I don't know what they expect. There will be people complaining about these deals being done. We've got the money to spend. We have to spend it. Now, are we overpaying on players? Yes, we might be overpaying on players. But I think any club does overspend on players. And when was the last time we had this amount of spending done in the summer window? A very, very, very long time ago. And if you count the outgoings with the ingoings, it works out to be, James worked it out last night to be about, we worked it out that it's 39 million net. I mean, that's nothing compared, for spending. So you're spending a lot, but you're bringing in a lot too. And I can't understand, as Philip Brady, and we'll get to your comments in a minute, I can't understand the opposition to some of these players that we're after. I mean, who says that Nicholas Jackson can't come to the club and be a great star for us, be a good striker for us? Who says he can't? Now, he's not my cup of tea, but if he comes and Tottenham buy him, he'll get my full support. Like any player. That me and Jess had the debate tonight about Solanke. Solanke's not my cup of tea. But I do feel with a Marmash and a Savinho, and you've got Kuda coming back, and you've got Kudus coming back, and you've got Maddison coming back, we're going to be a different animal this year. We're going to be a different team. And that was the problem last season, wasn't it? We were short of creative players. We were short of scoring goals. We're getting all these players back now. I agree. I know Philip stuck a tenner on us winning the league. Do you know what? I might go and do the same. Because I have this feeling it's going to be a great year for us. And all the negativity and all the moaning about this player or that player, he's no good, or the Archie Gray debate, it just needs to stop. It really needs to stop, because we can and we will bounce back from last season. And we're building a squad that's not good enough to qualify for the Europa League. We're building a squad good enough to go for the Champions League. We're building a squad, and if we get a really hot shit striker in, just say, for example, right, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, just say we get an Osimhen in, right? Can you imagine with our front three, you've got Savinho on the left, you've got Kudus on the right, probably Marmash in the middle, and whoever in the middle, and you've got Osimhen up front. Win the title. We'll push Arsenal all the way, because if you think about it, we've improved our defence, we've improved our midfield, and now we're going to start improving our front line. Now, is it the perfect front line? No. We've had the debate about Solanke, we've had the debate about Richie, but look at last season, right? We absolutely slaughtered Brennan Johnson, who I thought was a very good player for us, by the way. But he got slaughtered by half the fan base. And Brennan Johnson wasn't a bad player. Look, and when we sold Brennan Johnson in January, I know we didn't replace him with anyone, but that was just bad business. That was bad. That was bad business. You have a right to moan about that. You have a right to moan. Hang on, you sold a right winger. Kuda's got injured, and we didn't replace him. You're right to moan about that. But how can you moan about the business we've done this summer? And I've heard it through the sort of, there was a gap, hasn't there been, from the mad start, there's a gap. Well, I'll tell you why there's a gap. I tell you why Newcastle couldn't come and buy, say, Bergville, for example. There's a 45-day rule that clubs can't buy from each other within that 45 days. And also, this isn't FC27 or Football Manager. You can't just go out and bid a player and it comes like that. These things take time. I've said it all the way through this transfer window. If anyone ever listens to me, I said the same thing. Even things have gone quiet, things are bubbling along in the background. And for me, this is, if we get these two players in, plus a striker, this is an 11 out of 10 window. And I don't know why we're all worrying, because there's a different beast at Tottenham. There's a different way that Tottenham's working at the moment. And the big boys are shaking in their boots. The Liverpools, the Arsenals, the Chelseas, the Man Cities, the Man Uniteds, they're all shaking in their boots. Because the mighty cockerel, the mighty Tottenham Hotspur is coming back. We're coming back, and we're going to show them what it means to play football. We're going to show them what Tottenham Hotspur is about, because we're coming back. And we're coming back, and we're coming back under De Zerbi, and we're coming back the best way we know how. The Tottenham way. And we're doing it by bringing attacking players, because Tottenham's philosophy to dare is to do attack. It's not to sit back and play counter-attacking football. That's not the way we play. That's not the way we do things at Spurs over the years. And we're buying world-class, well, not some world-class players, but very good, ready now Premier League players. That squad is changing. If you look at the squad that finished 17th twice to the squad we got now, yes, there's still some remnants of players that were in that squad. But look, the midfield's changed. You've got a Tonali, you've got a Fernandes. Look what Tonali and Fernandes have added to our midfield since they've come. They've upgraded it from a here to a here. You look at Van Heckel, you look at Sensini, you look at, as well, Archie Gray playing at right back. You look at, we've got Mickey van der Ven that can play centre, can play left back. You've got Andy Robinson. When was the last time, and I ask you guys this, right? I will get back to the comments in a minute. I apologise, I'm on a rant, on a rant, so I will finish, but I will get back to the chat. When was the last time we had two fullbacks, wing-backs, that can run down the wing and whip across it? When was the last time we had that? When was the last time we had two fullbacks? Put it in the chat. Let me know. I go back to Danny Rose, probably Kai Walker, Danny Rose. Sorry. Go back to even Steve Perriman and Chris Hughton. Do you know, we had a winger like Tony Galvin running down that link. You got a Savinho, who I think under De Zerbi would really find himself, a Marmash as well. We were after Marmash when he was out of Frankfurt before he went to Man City. The Man City thing is falling apart. And it's falling apart big time. So just let me check any more break. Just let me check if we got a... Here we go. Let's just check. Right, so this is from a fellow called James Davis. Apparently this is a exclusive. I have asked Billy if he's around. I don't think Billy is around. I will send him the link. If he wants to pop on, he's more than welcome to. I think he was, but I'll send him the link anyway, if he wants to pop on. So this is from my fellow called James David. I don't know what it is, but this was from David Onstein earlier. Tottenham Hotspur working on a double deal to sign Savinho and Omar Marmash from Man City. THC aiming to land both 22 Brazilian winger and 27-year-old Egyptian forward. Now, he could be the striker. As key targets to strengthen the attack, not done, but talks with Man City advancing. That's from, and David Ornstein, again, doesn't come out and say stuff like that unless he knows something's going to happen. And that's for sure. Let me just go back to the chat. So big up to Paul as well. Big up Paul. Big up Mr. Brady. I'll be doing well. I'll give you a call tomorrow. We'll get a bit of chat about this. David Ornstein doesn't do rumours. No, he doesn't, Philip. And that's why there's a lot of credence to this and a lot of thing as well. I'm just checking as well. Now, the Gapo thing, I think is going to be a bit... I think that's on the knife edge, right? I do feel Tottenham may go... Oh, God. So just let me check, guys. I might have some breaking news. I'm just going to check in with my people. I just want to double confirm this. Just want to double check on this. So let's go through. Big up Philip. Big up to Marco as well for the 10 jewels. Thank you so much, sir. Really, really appreciate that. Big up to Marcos. Definitely, it is midday on Friday. Yeah, they've got to get it done by midday tomorrow. Big up to Roy Domo. What about work permits? This takes a bit of time. Not sure may either in time for Brentford. I'm not sure, but Philip Brady, if you're still watching, can you put it into the chat about the work permit? You said something the other day, and I think it's slightly different from. I think it's a. I'm not sure. I don't know, Roy. I really don't know on this. Hopefully Philip's still watching. Philip does know all about this stuff, so hopefully he either WhatsApp me or put it into chat about it. But I will get back to you, bud. I will get back to you. My 10 at 20 to 1 looks good. It does, Philip. It really looks good now. I cannot understand the opposition to us signing class players. We were 17 last 2 years. De Zerbi has attracted these players. Yeah, totally agree. Absolutely agree. If you told the owners at the start of the window that we would get these players, they would have moaned and tell us it wouldn't be possible. I know. And also, this is the first window without Daniel Levy, by the way. It's a window that nobody expected. Even every fan needs to get behind whatever player De Zerbi wants at the club. He does know a bit more about them than the average fan. I agree with that, and I think he does. And I think we all have to, don't we? All have to get behind Tottenham Hotspur Football Club and De Zerbi. And look, I'm not saying all the fans are like this. There's a section that you can never please them. And maybe that's a football fan in general. Maybe that is fans in general at all clubs, that you can never please them. I'm sitting here tonight at 22 minutes past 11 in Wexford, buzzing, literally buzzing. I am like a cat in a hot tin roof. Can't tell you. Big up to Marco. Thank you so much, Jess. Really appreciate. Smash the likes. Thank you so much. I like Johnson. So did I. Look, I really batted for Johnson a lot. Flash hero. You know that. And Wayne knows that as well. Johnson was a good goal scorer, but lacked work ethic. Any interest in defensive duties, I believe in having a work ethic. You do all the aspects of your job, otherwise you become a liability. Then in that case, then, Wayne, would you have played him as a striker then instead of a winger? Would you have put him in as a number 9? Big up to Wilton McDonald, Dermot. I've had a good feeling about this coming season. Everyone's writing us off, but I think we will. I look, if we get these two in plus a decent striker, we're going for the title. I'm saying it here now. We're going to win the league. With foreign-born players changes clubs, a new work permit is needed. Tonali in case. Oh God, love you, Billy. Tonali. Yeah, I'm just not sure on it, Philip. I don't understand all of that. You're going to need to explain that to me if you're around tomorrow for a while. Yeah, Wilton, that podcast was from 5 years ago. And look, we're 5 years old on Friday, so I decided to put it out for you guys just as a little treat. And thank you for people wearing. It wasn't live. You can tell I've lost weight. I was fat back then. I was like a little Wampa Lumpa, right? I was like a Roly Poly or Mr. Blobby, wherever you want to call him. Now I'm a slimmed down version of Mr. Blobby. I haven't got the round hair. But if you saw me, I did. I'm going to show Mr. Strong later. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was like, fat me. I have lost weight in 5 years. Like, big up to you. Big up to you as well. I said he should have played as a striker when we were short up front due to injuries, but LOL and behold, some of these fans thought it was a dumb. I don't know. I agree. I think I said it at the time as well. Did I, Wayne? I think that's. Thank you for anyway, Wilton, for coming in. There is another one coming out for you. I need to find it. It was one that me and Mr. Brady did with a gentleman. I will find it and I will put it up tomorrow at 5 o'clock. No, not at 5. I will put it up tomorrow at 10. It's one me and Philip did a podcast with a journalist, and I tell you what, guys, this fella is Norman Giller, that was it. He wakes up every morning and plays Glory, Glory, Tottenham Hotspur on his piano. And this man recently got married a couple of years ago. He's 92 now or something like that. Yeah, I'm going to get to the Troy Deeney one in a minute, Vinny, bro. I want my say on that. Do you know, if Gabby from Breakfast... Oh, hang on. I may have got some news, guys. Just hold out for a minute. Right. Okay. Tottenham Hotspur are fighting for one signature of him or Marmash or Savinio for 12 p.m. Friday to be available for opener versus Brentford. Talks rapidly advancing. Now, 12 p.m. Friday, they won't. This is somebody was saying they won't have an updated work permit, so can't play anyway. For your information, came back with temporary work permits can be out in place 3 per season. Since the players have been in the UK, it's no issue. Now, Philip, can you just double check on that if you can and let me know? I really would appreciate it. Right. Do you know what? The main man, my main source of information is here. The genius, the man that is my lifeblood. He's just out of the blue, God love him, out of the blue is now in action. It's great to have him back. Big up to you. You know who you are. And I hope you're watching, and I hope you're okay, and I hope you're keeping fine. And I've missed you, and you know I have. Right. So, Vino, this is the latest I got, right? This moved well beyond, this rumour has moved well beyond a loose rumour. Multiple reports tonight saying Tottenham and Man City are in advanced talks over both players. Savinio City are reporting looking for around 85 million. Omar Marmash City want more than 59 million. They originally paid for him. Combined packages have been discussed for around 140 to 150 million quid. Savinio is reported to want a Spurs move. Yeah, he's missed as well. Yeah, he is missed as well. Now, Spurs haven't completely abandoned Kobe Gakpo either. Reports today say that talks remain ongoing and that Gakpo is open joining Tottenham, although reaching an agreement with Liverpool is proven difficult. And also, interestingly, reports suggest Spurs want as many as 3 attacking additions before the deadline, with Savinio, Marmash and Gakpo among the players being considered. Pedro Neto has also been mentioned in high places. So that is going to be very interesting. And I have to say, the people that work behind the channel and give me all my information, and they got their own lives as well. And this goes to the people you don't see on the channel anymore, or they haven't left the channel. They're doing all the background work for me. And they work so hard in the background, giving me information, double checking news, double checking information, double checking this, treble checking, quadruple checking before I can give it to you guys. So, look, I have to say very quickly a massive shout out to the backroom staff here at the channel, who really work damn hard behind the scenes. You know, I do my work and I put shows together, and then Biddy comes on and helps me brilliantly as well. And he's been a great addition to the channel. So there's James as well when he's free from work, but he does a lot more work behind the background, including the sources I use, including the people that I get my information from. They're faceless, nameless people to you, but to me, they're the lifeblood when it comes to transfer windows. Cannot do this channel and these shows without them. And I do depend on them a hell of a lot when it comes to information, news. And also, we're sponsored again this year by O'Connell Designs. Everything you see here is O'Connell Design based. Everything is his work, his graphics, his design, his setup use as well. The backdrops, the studios I use for through OBS, the ideas that you see now, this all comes through O'Connell Designs. Intros, outros, music, everything comes through there. So for me, you know, where this channel started 5 years ago on Friday as a little 3 men down the pub, not taking it seriously, showing games, getting thrown off by YouTube, quickly coming back with another stream back in the day, has grown into this well-oiled machine that is proven to be. I am up there as one of the top Irish Tottenham content creators in Ireland. Maybe not in the UK, maybe not in America, but definitely in the island of Ireland. I think I'm up there. I know Dave Harris is up there as well. So Dave probably would be Dave's ahead of me, but me and Dave probably at both channels would be the biggest Irish content creators in Ireland. And that's because of the work I put in, but it's also you guys as well. You guys who've supported me, you guys have hit the subscription, you guys have put in super chats and memberships, the team behind me that gives me all my information. I can't do this without the team. I can't do this without the people behind. And you know who you are, and you know I'm talking to you, and you know how much I appreciate you. Thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate it. And we need to catch up soon. So let's get back to it. Let's get back to that. Big up to Vinny. Troy Deeney has said that with the signing Spurs have made, it's made us weaker as a team. Some folk will always be negative Nancy's when it goes. Please tell me, what's he ever achieved in football? What's he? The biggest club he ever played for was Watford. No disrespect to Watford. I like your mascot. You know, like your mascot. Very well done. Hiding behind the post. Right. Got some more breaking news for you guys as well. This is coming up hot and fast tonight, guys. So more breaking news on Papa Sarr. Now, we mentioned during the week, Papa Sarr, there was interest from Brentford and a few clubs in the Papa Sarr. Well, tonight, Brentford is interest from Brentford. It's one to keep an eye on. Going the other way, Brentford are monitoring Papa Sarr as a possible signing. There's nothing suggesting an agreement is imminent at the moment, but he is now being mentioned among potential Spurs departures. Now, between now and deadline day, we've got 12 days left in this window. So we've got 12 days, 11 hours, 27 minutes, and 21 seconds left in this window. I expect 4 out and 3 in at Tottenham before the end of the window. But that is the latest on Papa Sarr, so that is one to keep an eye on as well. But on Troy Deeney, what the hell does he know? Please tell me he's not a world-class footballer. I don't like listening to him and talk sport. I don't think he talks a lot of sense. And we've been made weaker. What football planet is he watching us from? All the signings we've made have made us stronger, have made us harder to beat, have made us more fearful. Teams are going to fear coming to us to play us because they don't know what they're going to get. They're getting this new Tottenham that nobody knows about. And this isn't an Ange Tottenham that after 10 games, everyone's going to work us out. No. Nobody's going to work out the Zerbi ball because the Zerbi is going to make this a well-oiled machine that is going to pump out and get points, qualify for the Champions League. And as I said before, if we get a striker, a decent striker in, if we get a proper number 9. Now, nobody's saying that Solanke can't be that number 9. And suddenly Solanke kicks into gear this season. There's no question why not. I'm not Solanke's biggest fan. He's got to prove it to me that he can do it, but there's no reason why he can't do it. And Jess made that a very good point earlier when we were having a debate on her channel. And I do really feel that we're on the crisp. We're on the edge of doing something beautiful, of doing something wonderful, of really daring to dream, making us dare again, making us dream again. And it's just a case of, do you know what? You're jealous. Troy Deeney, Gabby, all these other people, they're all jealous because you can't spend money. Well, it's not our fault we have money to spend. It's not our fault Daniel Levy hid the credit card and kept it in the bank and hid the safe numbers so nobody could get money out the safe. We can spend money. We can spend 85% of our income. And we can do that as well. So do you know what? People mock us. People will talk us down. Let it be a warning to you. The mighty Spurs are back. Right, just another bit of breaking news for you. It's coming thick and fast. I like it. That's the way I like it. Thick and fast breaking news. Now, Marcus Rashford, guys. Now, we have mentioned Rashford's been mentioned during the window. as we know. And we know there's been a bit of speculation that he could come to Tottenham. Look, for me, I think he wants to go back to Spain, but it's also speculation that Michael Carrick wants to bring him back into the United fold and try to get the best out of Marcus Rashford. There is a player there. There is a very good player there. It's about where he feels happiest. Now, he had a good season at Barcelona. He had a very good World Cup, and now he's come back. So we have to wait and see, don't we? But Tottenham linked. Marcus Rashford, one to keep an eye on if Martial's Avinia deal falls through. Spurs have held interest, but there is currently no confirmation of a formal bid or advanced talks. Could become more relevant depending on how the other attacking deals develop. Tottenham are not going away quietly at the end of this window. We're going to be still battling away on deadline day, getting signing in. I think Tottenham are going to be the big ones this year. When the transfer window closes and all the money's totted up, I think Tottenham are going to be the biggest spenders of this window. Troy Deeney has no clue. I totally agree. Half the people at bloody TalkSport have no clue. Though I have to be very respectful to TalkSport because our Billy, yes, Billy from here, was on TalkSport with Jamie O'Hara and Numpty Cundy last night. Yes, the one that likes wearing the Ange mask. Yes, I did a show on my hatred towards that. The only one I like on there, to be fair, is Jim White and Simon Jordan. Now, I tried to take my presenting skills from Jim White because he was a bit of if you're going for sports presenters, a bit of a hero of mine because I grew up with him. So I've always wanted to be a sports reporter, and I looked at Jim White. I like to be like him. So I will find a yellow tie or a yellow top to wear on deadline day, the last hour. Yeah, he is missed. He's not the source, but he's missed. Any soccer player whose code does not hold a British or Irish passport does not already have a permanent settle. That's in the UK, needs a new work permit, governing body when they change clubs. But if they are stayed in England for, say, 6-7 years, Philip, does that mean that Tottenham can get an emergency one to cover them for a certain period of time while they work on the permanent ones? Would that be right? Big up to Spurs. Spurs. Hope you're doing 1342. DNO almost bombered. I'm bombering away. Dermatron, big up to Dan Davenport. Big up Danny Boy. Hope you're doing well. I'm so excited for the season. We will get a Champions League space. I think we'll have a good go. I think we're going to win the FA Cup this year. I do. I really do. Thank you so much, Dan. Very kind of you to say them lovely words. Big up to Luis Gomez Jr. Martial and Vinny are top signings. They are great signings. And if you think 140 and 150 million for both of them, and amount of people play that much on one player, and we're getting two for that amount, I think it's a great deal. Thank you so much. Big up to Marco. He scored that last gap goal for Watford and has lived off that for the... Yeah, exactly. Absolutely agree. Big up to Spurs. What is Martial's best position? Do you know what? I'm going to look him up. Let's have a look him up. Okay, just let me just quickly... Right, just give us 2 minutes. He's a mobile striker. That's what he is. That is his position. I just put it there now for you. He's he's a mobile striker. His preferred foot is right. If you go through his careers, right, and then if you look at similar players that play in his position, Rodrigo, Karl Havertz, You got Isaac as well, Christopher Nanuku, Haaland, Dooku, Simeone, Savinho, Jack Grealish. So they're his teammates. But if you look at the similar players that play in his position, he's in big company. Now, if you look at his stats let's look at these stats from last season. Of course, in total, at Man City, he's played. So he played 3 games in the FIFA World Cup, but 36 appearances, 20 by substitute, 8 goals, 3 assists. He's not really record, but he hasn't really got a lot of games. 36 in his first season altogether. He's only played 36 times in the 25-26 season, so not a lot. 25, he only played 3 games. So 36, 37, 38 times altogether. You look at Frankfurt, 48 times he played for Frankfurt. Yeah. So he's not bad. I don't. Yeah, so that's his best position anyway. He's a mobile striker. Big up to Luis Gomez. Why is anyone listen? Yeah, exactly. Why would anyone listen to that idiot? Dermo, your thoughts on us being linked with Martinez? No, that is not happening. That is a no-go. That is just agents putting stuff out, Danny. I wouldn't believe a word of it, buddy. You read it here first. If we get Mama Show, we'll stay up. Yeah, we will stay up. I give Dini maybe you're right for that. The new signings have made us a team, something we haven't been for quite some time. Totally agree. Wayne, I would be sad to see Sarr go because I thought he'd be the future star at the club. Having watched him on his debut again, yeah, I know. And look, it hasn't really gone well for Sarr, but it is what it is. These things happen. Luis Gomez, why is anyone bothered of what he says on TalkSport? That's so true. Spurs have made great signings. I'm intrigued on how you all played it. We really are a team that nobody's going to know how to play against us. I wish I had 25 goal winger. We had one of those still. We did, didn't we? We've never really replaced Sonny and Kane, have we? Yeah, he is. I know he's not well at the moment, so we send our best to him. I got banned from Catalonia Radio because I called out Deco for not getting Barca striker. Fair play to you, Luis Gomez. Absolutely fair play to you. Johnson, 26. Unfortunately, Dan Kelly is not well. It's just now. I miss him online. So do I, actually. Tonali's had his permit in a few days. Yeah. Mayamash is a cam or a second striker. I'm just checking any more breaking news. Nope. No, none yet. Yep, Danny Kelly is good. Yeah, it is. Hi for he plays similar to the way Muller did. Yes, and if he can be any as good as what Muller is, Lewis, I'd be happy. Bonnie. Yes, Dan. Oh, they're talking to each other. Big up to Swigs Talk Spurs. Great show. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Don't want to replace one Argentinian hothead with another. That's so true. Mido recommended Salah to Spurs, and we didn't go for him. He's also big and up Marmash. Mido knows a decent playing season, so he does. I don't know where next for Robbie Keane, to be fair, Dan. I know he's going on Match of the Day next season. Look, if I'm De Zerbi, get him in. Get him into Tottenham as part of the coaching staff. I think he's a future Spurs manager. And I'm not just saying that because I'm Irish and he's an Irish hero of mine. And I grew up watching, especially my teenage years and my young 20s, following Robbie Keane and all the exploits for Tottenham and Ireland, but Republic. But I do feel he's a future Tottenham manager. And I would love him there. But listen, guys, that's it. that is it for this evening. As it stands, the deals are not happening yet. It's still waiting for the here we go. Um, we haven't got the here we go from anyone yet. So the latest we have, and this is 30 minutes ago, by the way. Now, I don't know if this is true. I know we did get a little bit on Gappo, but just to add to the information I got off the people I used, this is now from Last Word on Spurs. Tottenham are chasing a sensational triple signing of Savinho, Omar Marsh, and Cody Gakpo before the end of the window. If completed, the signings will push Spurs past 450 million spent this summer. Now, the question I will be asking on Friday when we do our pre-match build-up with Billy and James and talking about the season ahead and getting our predictions, is De Zerbi under pressure when it comes to the money we spent this summer? But that is the latest. Now, the latest I had on Gakpo was Spurs haven't completely abandoned Gakpo either. Reports today say talks remain ongoing that Gakpo is open to joining Tottenham, although reaching an agreement with Liverpool is proven difficult. But that was at 23:33, and then half an hour ago from Last Word on Spurs, Tottenham are chasing a sensational triple signings of Savinho, Omar Marmoush, and Kobe Gakpo. If completed, the signings will push Spurs past four. I can't remember the last time we spent 450 million. I really don't. And look, even 150 for two players as well, I think it's absolutely... I think it's great. I really do. If you look at the whole window, and we will do a review of the window at the end of the window, but just to put a sort of conversation onto it, if you look at this window compared to every window we've had since Enid took over, this has to be the most biggest, exciting, sensational window I've ever witnessed as a Tottenham fan in Premier League era. Now, years ago when I was a kid, the transfer window ran all year round, 12 months of the year, 365 days of the year. So you could buy a player, I don't know, that you needed a striker for the last 4 games of the season. You go and buy a striker. It was then bought in that we could only buy through certain months. Now, my argument is the window should shut on Friday. That's it. As soon as the season starts, no buying players. No going to the 1st of September, because that month in August leaves players on sale. It leaves clubs on sale. It leaves managers on sale. It leaves fans on tenterhooks. Is my favourite player about to leave? You look at Berbatov for us, or Gareth Bale, or the Harry Kane thing. 4 days before start of the season, we lose our leading goal scorer. So I do feel the transfer window as a whole, and we will talk more about this at the end of the window, or maybe on deadline day as well, because we are running deadline day, guys. This year we're running it from 4 until midnight. We're going the whole lot. We're doing it, and there will be a morning deadline show as well. There will be a lunchtime one, and then from 4 o'clock all the way to midnight, we'll be giving you all the latest breaking news, not just for Tottenham, for every club around the country, from top to bottom, from Premier League to Conference League, from Italy, Spain, wherever. If it's transfers happening, we're going to be there. And I do feel it has to go on. Now, Ollie Watkins, very quickly, I did talk about Ollie Watkins last night. Now, Ollie Watkins, per Fabrizio Romano, saying that Ali had to have come in for Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins, it's open to move into Saudi Pro League. And I think that's a waste of a talent. Now, not everyone's a big fan of Ollie Watkins, but I like him. I think he's a very good striker who knows his business. But I just feel going to Saudi Pro League now at his stage of the career, it's not for me. And I think once you go there, you're done. Well, Jordan Henderson did come back, and he has now moved to Chelsea and everything like that. But for me, it's a case of, do you really want to go there that long? So that is one. But let's just finish off with the couple of people in here. Yeah, he was the favourite, but so did one happen because political reasons, that, which is above anything on this channel. But, you know, I think he was perfect for Celtic, but there you go. I look at Martin O'Neill, as much as I love Martin O'Neill at Celtic, how much I think he's on the same level as Jock Stein, the way that he's worshipped up there. I just think Robbie Keane would have been a good one to stick Martin O'Neill in the boardroom. We're about to get, we are. Troy Parrott has moved to Real Betis. That is a here we go. So we got 3.5 million back from Troy. Thanks a lot. Yeah, that Durant, it was an absolute peach, wasn't it, Lewis? Absolute peach. When we lost Kane, we should have gone for Watkins. Maybe then we should have done, I hate the Saudi league. It's a money-grabbing league. And it will bust, Dan. That league, the Saudi Pro League, will collapse. Would you take a huge gamble on John Durant? I would. Very much would. I like him. He's one of my favourite players at Celtic anyway. I would do, yeah. That's just me, and maybe I'm being a bit biased because I'm a Celtic fan. And I'm a Celtic fan, and I like him anyway. But yeah, I would. And maybe he is. Look, I like Ollie Watkins anyway, so maybe I'm a bit rose-tinted glances about him, but maybe he is yesterday's man. But guys, that is it. So the breaking news, Tottenham about to do a double bomber. But will I wake up in the morning and have to come on with a triple bomber? Who knows? But guys, thank you all for watching. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. But back tomorrow at 5 o'clock with the Fans Perspective podcast. Me, Jess, Josh and Stacey talking all things Premier League. And then there will be a transfer show tomorrow night. I'm sure there will be now because the news that's breaking with me, Billy or James. And Friday, it's all your build up to Brentford away on Saturday. Guys, thank you all for watching. Come on, you Spurs. In the mighty De Zerbi, we trust.